What up, y'all? What up? How y'all doing, man? There's a lot to discuss today. Unfortunately, everything didn't go so perfectly when it came to the release of Marvel Tokon and even the early access beta of Gears of War EDay. I loved the Gears of War EDay beta. Actually, we're on day 4 right now, and on the day that I am recording this video, probably gonna be doing a day 4 stream. I got days 1 through 3. I got those streams down, and that you could even see that going on in the background. This is actually day 3. Shout out to the people that's actually watching and not watching the audio. This is our Think Pieces and Conversations episode, because I got something that I want to discuss, man. Pressure really either creates diamonds or it busts pipes. Right now in this industry, in this gaming industry, there is so much pressure to deliver. Every genre, especially the genres that contain AAA titles that are known, that take over the news, the media, shooting games, role-playing games, battle royales, arena shooters such as Gears of War, and even fighting games. A Marvel Tokon has completely fumbled its launch on PC. It has excelled on PS5. The PS5 release on Marvel Tokon couldn't be any better. Flawless frame rates, no drops, everybody having perfect games. Unfortunately, that's not the case for the PC version. The PC version, if you're playing online, number one, I haven't tried online yet because I'm still training and picking my characters and learning the system back again since the original beta, the third beta, has left us, and now we actually got the full game. It was a while since I played it, but all I've been thinking about was playing Gears. But I want to touch on Tokon. I want to stay here and on the Tokon subject because this is very important. And I made this prediction. I said, yo, if these guys don't deliver, if they fumble the release of this game, there will be consequences. So I was 50% on point because they dropped the ball 50% of the way, and that percentage points belong to the PC players. They have completely fumbled that. There's a whole bunch of people complaining online. There's tournaments that got ran. A very popular tournament, a very popular online tournament, one such called Tampa Never Sleeps, ran a PS5 only. A PS5 only tournament. Right? They ran that. And me seeing that on my feed really disappointed me. But it didn't disappoint me to where I'm like, yo, there's no way this game can be fixed. It disappointed me like, damn, they failed at the launch. They still have a chance to revive and bring back the players from the Steam platform. Matter of fact, let's look at the reviews for Steam right now. Let's look at the reviews for Steam right now, bro. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I told y'all, so I'm just gonna show y'all. Right? Let me show y'all. Let me just show y'all, bro, because this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I want you to see how negative these reviews are. I hope you don't like, look at this. Right? It says 39% of the 2,232 user reviews in your language are positive. 39% out of 2,232. It says mostly negative. Look at this. Look at all these down arrows. Look at this. Like you just gonna have to read some of these comments, man. Let's get through a couple. I cannot in good faith recommend this amazing game in the state that it is in, that this port is in. I also want to stress that it is not Arxis' fault. Literally every problem here can be tracked back to Sony. Just complete whatever that word he said. I hope they let Arxis fix the game, because if not, this game will die before the first year is over, at least on PC. The PC version, I looked up a study like last week. Do you know that the PC, the most gamers in the world are on PC? Did you know that? The most gamers on planet Earth right now are on PC, computers, laptops. It's not console, right? So the fact that you're shutting out the majority of your base, whether it was on purpose or not, it doesn't matter. Arxis' fault, Sony's fault, it's everybody's fault that put the game out. If your name is stamped on the game, it's your fault, because it's put out. It is what it is. That's just how people look at things. He looks at it's not Arxis' fault. I say it's both, because Arxis and Sony are supposed to be running through all these things beforehand, knowing that this is the biggest fighting game to come out. I'm having fun in the training room. I'm having fun learning the combos, whatever. But in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, the egregious things that I've been seeing, and even when I tested recording, just recording on OBS, right? I just tested recording on OBS, and I was just in training room, and just the mere fact, the sheer fact that I had OBS on dropped the frame rate. You could clearly see on the screen the game slowing down. That doesn't happen when I'm playing Gears of War. That doesn't happen even when I'm playing the new Gears EDay beta. Like, it was significant slowdowns. Significant bad. Then I did try one thing. This guy was like, yo, if you're playing on Steam, turn on the Epic Games app. Right? He was like, yo, turn the Epic Games app on. He told me to turn this on. Right here. He was like, yo, turn this on. And I did notice a noticeable difference. There was a noticeable difference. It was almost seamless when I had OBS on. So I'll say that. I don't want to make it definitive that, yo, this was the fix, but I seen a guy say turn on Epic Games Launcher while you have on your Marvel Tokon game through Steam, and it actually did something significant. But either or, the damage is already done. The damage is already done. Now, I don't know what Arxis does after this. Does Arxis call Sony? Does he be like, yo, you messed up our game? Does Arxis call Sony and be like, yo, you messed our game up? No. Sony is just gonna act like, yo, we don't see anything. You guys don't get to have your game hacked no more. Your game isn't hacked no more. Our Marvel relationship is secured, even though the game gonna fail on PC. Our relationship is secure because we're not releasing secrets that could include them marketing doomsday movies or the Doomsday movie, the Doctor Doom Doomsday movie, or other Marvel movies that the DLC could, in fact, spoil. There's many different angles that somebody could come up with, like, yo, why Sony hasn't, why haven't they said anything? Why haven't they done anything? They gave us a fake tweet saying, yo, we fixed the problems. I'll tell you this. The problems are way less significant than they were in the beta. I'll say that they're less significant. But the fact that there are still problems when its counterpart on the PS5 has no issues makes things look very bad. The counterpart has no issues. The console counterpart plays perfect. The PC port plays garbage. It's even to the point where people that play on PS5, if they see that you're on PC, from what I've heard, and a lot of people can confirm this, I've seen people confirm this on stream, on watching their streams, they're like, yo, we're not going to play this game. We're not going to play with no PC players. They said this. They literally said this. We're not going to play with y'all. We're going to skip y'all. We're going to do whatever we can. We're going to skip every game possible. We're not playing with y'all. And I'm like, damn. Is that it? I made a bet. I was like, yo, this game can be the biggest ever. If you look on the Steam charts, it's actually bigger than Street Fighter right now on Steam still. But the player count has dropped significantly from the first day. On PlayStation, I'm willing to bet that it's the biggest game on PlayStation right now. Hey, man. Pressure bust pipe, bro. We put a lot of pressure on Tokon, on Arxis, on Sony. They should have delivered, but they didn't. And I'll tell you what, I spent $100 on this game, and I'm not about to uninstall it. I'm going to keep playing it. It is what it is. Even if I got to keep playing the damn computer or keep playing training room, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. Play some other homies on PC. It is what it is. Now to Gears of War EDay. Let's talk about Gears of War EDay, man. Like, the mountain of pressure that this game has to rise to defeat, to rise to not falter to, is tremendous. No other game is experiencing this right now. My first impressions, I think I could give a first impressions of day 3 streaming this, and I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun, man. I've been doing okay at it. I've got some games where I got an MVP. There's been a few games where I went maybe +5, +6. There was some games that I clutched it, but I haven't been doing the most excellent at the game, but I've been having a lot of fun. I am Division A. Still in the gold ranks. It's very hard to get past ranked modes when you're playing by yourself, but that's not the point. The Lancer is perfect. I'll say that the Lancer is perfect as we're talking about the things that may need to change or not, or how great the game is. I want to talk about some things that I like. I think the Lancer is perfect. The Lancer doesn't need no buffs. It doesn't need anything. There are people that talk about the Lancer on the net and they say that it needs a buff. But when you're going against teams that play like teams, you might have a guy rushing, 2 guys with Lancers, or you might have 2 guys with Lancers, 1 guy rushing. those Lancers provide a significant advantage to the field, a significant advantage to who is going to win that bout. The Lancer doesn't need 1% of a buff. The snub pistol might need to get nerfed. Maybe. The shotgun is perfect. The movement is clunky. The movement is clunky. And I understand the psychology of it if they was going this route. When you're playing a big muscular person, you're playing with a person that has a lot of armor on. So there are certain things that should feel heavy. But the strafe in Gears of War EDay is kind of non-existent. There isn't really a strafe in this game. Now you say, 8, what you mean by strafe? You can't move left and right simply to dodge bullets because the walk speed is significantly slower than it was in Gears 5. I'm just gonna go back to the older Gears. Just not Reloaded. I don't even count Reloaded as the latest Gears. Before this, I count Gears 5 as the latest one. The strafe speed is significantly faster. This game doesn't have a strafe speed. You have to do a lot of maneuvering. You either gotta roll, you gotta back roll, you gotta hit a wall bounce, an air cancel, you gotta run. There is no strafe in the game. Other people and other pros that play online, that play on their YouTube, the popular ones, they may agree with me. Like not even like a little bit agree, like fully agree. I miss that dynamic part of the gameplay in Gears where you could just strafe somebody, you could just walk up, walk left or right, make a miss. This game is very hard to do that. You got aim assist. Aim assist is cool because a lot of people play on controllers. Whatever, right? Whatever about the aim assist. But the fact that you can pick 2 extra, which means 2 more powerful versions of aim assist after default, is very questioning to me. It's very concerning to me. You can pick default, and then there's snap on, and then there's lock on, or I think that's the name of the last one. You can pick those for ranked. You could pick those for any mode. You could change that. You can change that. Crazy. Another thing I noticed too about this game, the hard aim is very bad. The hard aim in Gears of War EDay, unless you're peeking out a corner, like hard aiming is just not a good thing to do. It takes forever for your camera to turn. And I refuse to raise the target sensitivity any higher. I refuse to raise it any higher because I'm gonna feel like I'm just gonna be missing shit even worse. So if the person isn't doing much movement, or if you're peeking out a little corner or a little cut or a little, you know what I'm saying? That's the best time to target. Targeting isn't good in this game. Fun factor is high. Right? The fun factor is high. I keep playing it. I hope next weekend they give us extra maps. I hope next weekend they give us something fresh and new to play. Because this game is literally 2 months away. I don't know what else they could do to improve it, but I've been having a lot of fun. Right? But I think I need to see more. Tweaks have to happen with certain guns. Tweaks have to happen with responsiveness of movement. Maybe they could get away with it because people got to get used to it. It don't need to be Gears 5. We don't have to see another Gears 5. I just want to see what the future looks like for this game, man. I hope this thing lasts long. This is my thing about Gears games, right? and I was watching somebody stream, and I was like, yo, honestly, as I'm playing this game and I'm doing advanced moves that are easy to me, because I've been playing Gears for so long, I'm doing things that are easy to me. A person that's brand new, a person that's been playing Call of Duty his whole life, her whole life, they're not going to be coming to this game doing the things that we may consider easy, such as air canceling, hitting the wall again, up aim, going back, hitting the slide. Like, people aren't going to be doing that. That's not something that people just jump on the game and be like, oh, let me think that I could do this. We've learned this, right? A casual player, they gotta watch tutorial videos, they gotta watch YouTube videos, they gotta watch Reddit. There's certain things that they gotta watch. A casual Joe Schmo ain't gonna be doing that. They just want to get on the game and play, bro. That's what they want to do. The PvP, I got a hot take. The PvP mode, the PvP aspect of this game is not beginner friendly. The PvP aspect of this game, of Gears of War EDay, is not beginner friendly in the slightest bit. For one, the tutorial is bad. They don't teach you what's up A. They don't tell you what's wall bouncing. They don't tell you what's air canceling. They don't tell you what's pop shotting. They don't have none of the terms in the game. They have a wall. They got a set of guns. They got grenades. They tell you to hit targets. They tell you, here's this wall. You need to switch walls. Look, we got dynamic wall changes. We could go from the low wall to the mid wall to the high wall. They got all that shit. But they don't have none of the advanced talks. Nothing. They didn't get no pro players to teach the people the vernacular. They didn't get none of that. They gave us a basic boot camp, and it was like, yo, figure it out from there. The casual player will not respond well to that when they get online and they run into niggas like Icy. They run into niggas like Domes. They run into mid-level players like me. They run into niggas that just know how to do the basic shit, because we got 20 years, 15 years, even 11 years, 10 years of experience in this shit. Main thing, coalition. You need to, you listen, this is very important. This is very important. Coalition, Gears of War. You need to get a pro player to revamp the boot camp, to revamp the tutorial mode for PvP. Y'all need to do that. I don't know how can y'all do that, but y'all need to spend whatever y'all can to go and do that. Trust me, that will increase the lifespan of your game. Nobody wants to go on ChatGPT. Nobody wants to go on YouTube anymore and look up all that shit. People just want to play, bro. And if you're going to sell your game to a brand new audience, you got to do that. You have to. That's important. Another thing too, coalition. I think y'all need to listen to Domes. You listen to Avexis, but the main person y'all need to listen to for a lot of the buffs and takeaways and shit, and like the real perspective, is Red Icy. He been keeping it 1,000. Red Icy has been keeping it $1 online, right? His stuff sounds harsh, and he loves Gears just as much as any of us. But a lot of the things he was saying, y'all should listen to. You can't change the jump. I like the jump. The slide, I like the slide. But what can people do? What's the resistant force to all that? What's the thing that balances all this stuff? All right, y'all need to get all three of those guys in a room, and y'all need to write a concept, or y'all need to build a concept from them for the balance of the game. I think with those three guys, there can be a perfect balance of what this game can ultimately be in the future. I want this thing to last longer than Gears 5, longer than Gears 4, shit, longer than Gears 3. But at this current state right now, this game is an 7.5 for me because of the fun factor. This game needs to be a 9, 10. And I think with the tweaks, I think with certain key things that are significant but subtle, you can get this game up to a 9 or a 10. If a game gets up to a 9 to a 10 for me, that means it got longevity. It got longevity with Gears players. But I want this thing to actually be successful with the casuals, because those are the guys that's going to stay on the game, spend the money. You did that for Horde Siege, and I think you're going to be doing that with Campaign. But we know PvP is the one that has the longest lifespan. The longest potential lifespan belongs to PvP. It just does. Every game. What's up? What are the longest reigning games playing right now? Everything PvP, Battle Royale, Arena. Speaking of Battle Royale, you need to add another mode as big as that. You need to add another mode as big as that. You spent 400 million. I don't know where the 400 million went, to be honest. There's a lot of beautiful detail in this game. In the movement, there's a lot of little subtle detail. But I think y'all got enough money left to spend that on a big Battle Royale mode, an extraction mode or something. This ain't enough. This is just not enough. I love Gears forever. Always will. And I actually love this game. I can't wait till the full game comes out. Spent 100 and I'm not going to regret spending 100. The net code is good. The gunshots feel good. Everything feels good. There's broken weapons, some that may need to get tuned down or not, but I've been having a lot of fun. Y'all have to change certain things and tweak certain things. And when you tweak these things, that's when this game will finally, I don't know how y'all gonna do that, but y'all gotta get some masterminds, some pros. Y'all gotta get some people in the room and really be objective. 1,000% objective. Y'all gotta be in that room, close the door. Whoever's not for the longevity of the game, they gotta get out the room. They gotta go. That's it for my episode though, man. This was short and sweet. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about Marvel Tokon. Let me know what you think the future of Marvel Tokon is. Is there going to be a fix for the game? Another thing, Gears of War, same question. What needs to get fixed? What do you like about it? How do you rate it? Are you having fun? How long you think the game will last realistically as is right now? Until next time, I'm out of here.